Seniors Life Unscripted. In this new season, we talk to leaders of clubs and interesting folks who live in and around the villages. We also talk to people who have information vital to seniors. You will get perspectives of what is happening in and around the villages, Florida. In addition, we will add more information for all seniors.
This is Mike Roth on Villages Vitality, Senior Life Unscripted. I'm here today with Dale Hall. Thanks for joining me, Dale.
Good to be here.
Dale was originally from Northeast Ohio near Cleveland. Dale retired to the Villages full-time in 2018. He and his wife, Cindy, live in the village of Finney, and they love it there. Dale bought his first 2023 Mustang in the spring of 24. Now, Dale, did you order that car or was it on the showroom floor?
I found it at a dealership in Tampa, Florida.
A mere 2 hours away.
Yeah.
Not bad. This was your first Mustang after dreaming of owning one since 1969?
That's correct.
Gee, what did you drive before the Mustang?
In 1973, I bought a Cutlass Supreme Coupe because I was influenced by my current boss at the time who was driving Cadillacs, which I couldn't afford. But I love the Oldsmobile. But in the back of my mind, my buddy's 69 Mach 1 was always a car that I would desire.
Fully understand. So, Dale, why did you choose a Mustang?
I just love the looks. I love the sound. And like I said, since 69, it's been my dream car. But after marrying and having kids and going through a succession of minivans and station wagons, retirement was the only time that I could afford a car that I really wanted.
Okay. And the Mustang was the one that you wanted the most.
Absolutely. First choice. And what was the particular feature set in this Mustang that made you go down to Tampa to get it? First off was the color that I had to have, the rapid red metallic. It's a candy apple red that I have it on all my vehicles, motorcycles, cars, everything. It's just my color. It had to have a manual transmission. It had to have the V8, and it had to have the adaptive exhaust so that I could get that nice deep rumble out of the car. And this just happened to have everything I wanted.
Okay. So when you say adaptive exhaust, does that mean you're cutting out a muffler or a resonator?
Ford has come up with some type of engineering feat inside the exhaust system that electronically closes different valves within the exhaust system to create different levels of sound, from quiet all the way up to drag strip.
Up to drag strip. Does it actually cut the muffler out?
I'm not really sure, but it gets loud.
Okay. Now, why did you decide to live in the Villages?
That decision was pretty much made by my wife, Cindy. She started coming down here by herself, working remotely in 2011, after being cooped up in the winter of Northeast Ohio all the time. There were weeks where she didn't even change out of her pajamas all day long after working because the snow was so deep and it was so cold.
That lake effect snow in the Cleveland area was something else.
That was right on top of our house. Anytime a National Weather Service man talked about Lake Erie snow effect, that was our house.
Oh, boy. I remember that. First year I had my business in Cincinnati, I had to drive up the last Friday of the month to Cleveland for a meeting. And getting out of the west side of Cleveland, that lake effect snow was just a killer.
Yeah, and the west siders had it easy. It was us on the east side that were suffering.
Okay. Now, in the Villages, do you participate in a lot of car shows?
Yeah, I've been a Villager Mustang Club member since I bought my car and have been a participant in each one of the Villages car shows that the Mustang Club has been involved in. It's been a lot of fun interacting with all the villagers that come and see the cars, and they ask a lot of nice questions, make a lot of good comments on the cars. So that part's been a lot of fun.
Have you been in any car shows outside of the Villages?
I went to the Mustang Club of America, which I'm also a member of, in 2024 in Birmingham, Alabama, where I was able to take my car out on the track at Barber Motorsports complex.
They have a nice track.
Yeah, that was probably number 2 in my life of the most fun I've ever had in an automobile. And so I did that. And then last December of 2025, I decided to start a all make, all model, all year cruise-in down in the Middleton downtown area of the Villages to encompass all makes and models and all years instead of just one focused group of a limited number of cars around a square.
Right. That's how we first met.
That's correct.
As president of the Mercedes Club, I got your email and decided that I'd go down there and test it out myself before I put it on as a regular event on the Mercedes calendar, which is where I put it now. The number of cars that you get at these cruise-ins, it's called hot dogs and ice cream.
It's called Cool Cars, Cold Ice Cream, and Hot Dogs.
Yes. That's a mouthful.
It started in December with just a bunch of emails out to all the car clubs in the Villages. At that time, I didn't know what to expect. Nobody had ever done anything like this here. The Villages Entertainment wasn't doing anything like this. We had about 35 cars show up, which I thought was phenomenal. Then in January, when all the snowbirds came, and we had 75 plus cars show up down there, and it was phenomenal. Ever since then, up through May, we had anywhere from 30 to 40 cars show up regularly. And a lot of the same people came, which was nice because the camaraderie started to develop. And since it was from 4 to 5:30 in the afternoon, it allowed people to go visit the dining establishments in Middleton afterwards. So it worked out well for the vendors there and for us too.
Yeah, I have been down there for a couple of the shows, and my wife and I went to eat, I think it was at 24.
Yeah, 24 Middleton.
Yeah, that was a very nice restaurant. And the other ice cream place we went to was Abbott's.
Abbott's Ice Cream. Great place, yeah.
No, that is the most fantastic custard I have ever had in my life. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 is terrible, 10 is the best. Abbott's was about a 15.
Yeah, it's really good.
It was unbelievable that there was a line out the door of people to get in there.
There usually is, yeah.
My wife and I really enjoyed their ice cream. We've also enjoyed the Portillo's.
Portillo's is very popular with the car enthusiasts.
Yeah.
They get their sandwiches and their drinks and they bring them out to the parking lot and enjoy them while they're talking with everybody else, or they just go to dinner afterwards and sit on the patio outside.
Yeah. It's been a very good venue selection.
Yeah.
In the past, Mercedes Club did with the Porsche Club, Mazda Miata Club, a Cars and Coffee on the last Saturday of the month. And we're doing it this summer because it's between 9 and 10 a.m. before it gets too hot.
Sure.
In the parking lot that's really behind Fidelity Investments and Lake Sumter Square. It's a short walk over to Panera Bread for coffee.
Yep.
And it's a nice quiet spot. But that show has run its course, I think. It no longer gets 40 cars.
Yeah, as all things do.
Yeah. Good. Let's take a short break now, Dale, and listen to an Alzheimer's tip from Dr. Craig Curtis.
Okay.
There have been some studies that people have talked about using GLP-1 drugs to help Alzheimer's. What's the story on that?
So that was breaking news a few months ago. They released the results that showed it was not a positive study, which means there was no statistical difference between the placebo group and those that received GLP-1s for the length of the trial, which was approximately 2 years. Now, what they did find is that those on the GLP-1s did have trending biomarkers. The levels of tau and amyloid seem to be moving in the right direction. So it's possible they didn't receive the treatment long enough. Maybe a 2-year trial was not enough, sort of what we just referenced in hyperbaric oxygen. Maybe you need it for a longer amount of time.
Yeah, longer than 3 months.
Longer than 3 months. So there's going to be more data released at a big meeting coming up in Copenhagen in March that I'll be attending called the Alzheimer's PD International Parkinson's Disease International Meeting, and they're going to release more information about the biomarkers in that study and whether or not they will do more. So stay tuned. I don't think they quite have answers yet, but the overall study was a failure if you want to look at it from a totality or the study in full.
Yeah, but the study kind of indicates from what you're saying that they need an additional study to go beyond 2 years.
With over 20 years of experience studying brain health, Dr. Curtis's goal is to educate the Villages community on how to live a longer, healthier life. To learn more, visit his website, craigcurtismd.com, or call 352-500-5252 to attend a free seminar.
Thank you, Dr. Curtis. I'm back with Dale Hall. We're talking about cars. Dale, What else have you done automotive-wise that was exciting?
I've been a gearhead all my life. My head has been underneath the hood of a car for as long as I can remember. What I've done is one time when I was working in Las Vegas, I was fortunate enough, my wife found a deal on some discount site for a Mario Andretti experience, which allowed me to drive an Indy car on Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
Oh, that's
by myself without a lead car.
Wow. How many laps did you get to do?
I got in about, I think it was 8 or 10 laps, something like that. Mm-hmm. And I actually attained a limited speed of 155.4 miles per hour. And that was only because the guy up in the tower had his finger on the trigger, ready to cut me off if I went over that, because I was a first-time driver for them. But that was amazing. The faster I went, the better the car handled because of the aerodynamics.
Right. Back in 2017, the Mercedes-Benz Club of America ran some events up in the Vance, Alabama area where their factory is.
Okay.
And we had a chance to run on the Talladega track.
Oh, that's a big speedway.
Oh, yeah. 36-degree or 34-degree bank turns. And no one told me that they had to enter the turn at better than 85 miles an hour or the turn was going to throw you off it.
Yeah.
That was what happened the first time. Second time, I got over 90 and went into it. It went real well. Then the computers in the car started to go crazy because it said the car is rolling over. Yeah. So I had to shut them off. But I probably did about 10 laps on Talladega. That was a lot of fun. And it was better than doing some of the other road courses because I didn't ruin the brakes or tires.
Just go.
Just go. Accelerate, turn left, accelerate, turn left, accelerate, turn left.
Yep.
And Talladega was a lot of fun. Have you made any modifications to your Mustang?
Let's take a quick break.
Village's Vitality listeners, I've got some good news for you. In Season 8, most new episodes were released as both audio and video versions. Videos on Apple Podcasts, Buzzsprout, and YouTube. If you're listening via our Buzzsprout feed, you can ask questions via the fan mail button or leave me comments as a text, or in our new feature, you can send it as a voicemail. If you'd like a response, make sure you leave your name, email address, and cell phone number.
Not mechanically, because it has 450 horsepower already, and around here in the Villages, I really don't need any more horsepower than that. And when I had the car up on the Birmingham Barber Motorsport course, I learned real quickly that my car, not being a performance pack car, is not a race car. I had a lot of fun with it. I took a lot of rubber off my tires up there, and that was the second most fun thing I've ever done in an automobile. I've also driven a stock car on a little half-mile oval up in Sandusky, Ohio. And then just recently, the Villages Mustang Club, we were able to take some laps up at Atlanta Motor Speedway on the high banks at 100 miles an hour. That was the third most exciting thing I've done with a car.
So how much did it cost each member when you rented the track or took laps at Atlanta? Do you remember?
Oh, we paid the guy $20.
What?
$20.
$20 each?
Yeah, it was a group outing to the track.
Yeah.
They told us about the track. They collected $20 from us. We did 6 or 7 laps at a slower speed, and some of the guys were complaining about how slow we went. So our club president asked if we could take a few more laps behind the lead car at a little quicker pace, and that whoever wanted to do that could jump in line, which most of us did. And then we just nailed it up there. We were doing over 100 around the high banks. It was a blast.
Yeah.
For $20, it was the best $20 I've ever spent.
Yeah, I don't remember what I paid to go on the Indianapolis track, the Indy 500, but I do remember they had a pace truck in front of us, and the only way you could get more than about 70 miles an hour was to lay back and forward.
Yeah, we did a lot of that too.
But that kind of stuff is fun. Now, do you take care of the detailing on your car for the car shows yourself?
Yes, I do.
Why don't you tell our listeners how you detail your car for a show?
I'm not an avid OCD detailer. I don't clean under my wheel wells or anything like that. But I make sure everything is wiped down, dusted off. I put a couple coats of ceramic on twice a year. And I found this really great cleaning rag off of Amazon that I just wipe down my car with that whenever I use it to get the dust off. And I honestly haven't washed my car in over 6 months because between the ceramic coating and this cleaning rag I found, it's just been a wonderful experience. So if you keep up with the detailing regularly, it's not that much to make it look good for a show.
So which ceramic coating do you use? There's so many on the market.
Yeah, I couldn't even tell you the brand name. I bought it a couple years ago when I got the Mustang. It was some deal on Facebook ad that came up, and they were running a special, and I bought it just on a whim. It was cheap, and crazy enough, the first order I made never showed up. So I called the company and I said, look, I never received your order. So they said, no problem. We can see that the tracking, it's missing. So they sent me another order. Wouldn't you know it, about 3 weeks later, my first order showed up at my door.
Yeah.
So I've had plenty of ceramic to use over the last couple of years, and this stuff works really good. I wish I had the name of it in my head.
As we talk, I have my wife's Mercedes. It's a hybrid, GLC 350, which means electric, over at Total Recon. And they're doing a 100% detailing and the ceramic coating of that on the inside, the outside, the glass, take the wheels off, do the backside of the wheels.
Yeah, I've heard
calipers.
I've heard they do a really nice job over there.
Tom McKee up there does a phenomenal job.
Yeah.
He was one of my first guests on the podcast.
Oh.
Okay. And I had my car ceramic coated 3 years ago, and it's still in fantastic shape. Water just beads right off it.
Yeah, it is beautiful. Every time I've seen it.
But do you use a clay bar to get the tree sap off?
No, I just use I put a little bit of car wash detergent in a spray bottle and fill it with water. And I just use that to wipe off any stuff that accumulates on the car. Because with the coating that I use, it doesn't seem to stick very hard, and it just washes right off.
Have you ever visited the guy called Matt Mormon over at Obsessed Garage?
I have not.
He's obsessed. He picks the best product in any category. So I took my pressure washer up there, and I wanted to get the fittings, so I had a short handle on the pressure washer as opposed to the long handle.
Yeah.
Difficult to handle. So he sold me a $500 handle, spray head, and hose fittings. A 50-foot hose that wouldn't kink, because I hated it when the hose would kink on the...
Oh.
I put $500 worth of accessories on a $100 spray washer. But it does a hell of a job, both on the cars and on cleaning the driveway.
Sure.
And he sells the best product in any category. So I asked him, Matt, how much is your pressure washer? He says, it's $1,600. It puts exactly the amount of right pressure and the right amount of water. And I said, I'm just worried about getting it clean.
Yeah.
He does these videos on YouTube. It takes an hour to show you how to hand wash a car with the 2 or 3 bucket method.
Yeah, I've got the 2 bucket method. My son-in-law taught me that one. And I've done that for years too. But now I've bought a spray handle for my pressure washer and the foam stuff. And
the foam cannon, yes. Yeah. I bought a Garrett's pressure washer foam cannon. It does a nice job.
Yeah, I've gone down that road now, retired the 2 bucket method.
2 bucket method, I've tried it. I got it. It was too much work, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
I also hate the swirly scratches that you get when you try to dry clean the car. So Matt Mormon at Obsessed Garage has a waterless car wash, which is it's a high density soap that you mix with water, and it supposedly encapsulates the dirt on the surface of the car. You spray the car and you take a rag over it, you lift the dirt off, and use another rag to dry it. And so that's been a pretty good method. The ceramic coating, do you ever put wax on top of the ceramic coating?
No, I have not. I haven't used a paste wax or anything like that since I bought this stuff.
Okay. Let's talk about engine care. What do you do in the engine compartment?
In the engine compartment, I just blow it off with my air compressor if there's a lot of dust, and then I use my California duster and small brush and just swipe over everything inside.
I never thought of using a an air compressor on the
Yeah.
engine compartment.
Yeah, it does, works well.
No water, that's good. That's good.
No, I never spray water in the engine compartment. That's
Not
just
anymore.
asking for trouble.
Hey, in the old days, I did it all the time.
Yeah.
It worked real good.
There were no computers in there then.
I bought the spray can of foam at the auto parts store. It
Yeah.
foamed up. They sprayed it off and took off all the oil and dirt.
Yep.
It was a good way to go. Wheel and tire kit. What do you do for the black rubber wheels?
I got a tire dressing, so to speak, and it's really gel-like. And you put it on and just let it set, and it lasts for months and months. It's unbelievable.
Well, what's the name of that?
You're asking me for names. I barely remember my own name sometimes. I think it was one of the better named brands.
McGuire's?
It might be a McGuire's or Grayshitt's or Eagle brand. I can't remember which one.
Okay, you got it at an auto parts store?
Yeah, I bought it on an auto parts store, and it works really well.
Do you wash the wheels first before you put that on? The tires
Oh,
first?
yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I have a wheel duster that I put in my black painted wheels are only 5 spokes. So I've got a lot of room in there. So I've got a wheel duster that I use to wipe all around the inside of the wheels and so forth.
Yeah, that's important to have one of those. On my Mercedes wheels, I have probably 300 holes that are half inch in diameter. You can't get a brush in there.
No.
You just brush them off.
That's why I love 5-spoke wheels. They're very easy to take care of.
They're good. Now, how many miles do you have on your Mustang since 2023?
12,700. It's a garage queen.
You bought it new.
Bought it new.
12,700. That's a lot of miles for here in the villages. It's about 3 years old.
I did drive it to Ohio once.
Okay, that
I drove it to
4,000.
Birmingham, Alabama once.
That's another 2,000.
I drove it to Atlanta.
Okay.
So there have been some longer trips with it, but the bulk of the miles have been here in the villages, going to car shows and just driving errands and stuff like that.
So that's your everyday driver. No.
No,
What's your everyday driver?
My everyday driver is a 2014 Toyota Venza XLE all-wheel drive.
Oh, yeah, we need all-wheel drive here in the villages.
I bought it in Ohio, where you do need all-wheel drive.
Yeah, I discovered that when I moved from California to Ohio, and I bought a house at the top of a hill.
Yeah.
This first time it lightly snowed. I couldn't get my Mercedes from California up the hill.
Nope.
I had to have my wife come down in her Mazda. We parked the Mercedes in a bank parking lot and went to get it the next day.
Yeah, where I live, you have all-wheel drive and 4 snow tires. That's what I drove on.
Yeah. Or the studded snow tires.
No, you didn't need studs. After radials came out, we put the studs away.
Yeah, okay. Now, in your car, do you have a rule for you and your wife about eating in the car?
In the Mustang,
Yes.
Absolutely.
And the rule is
No food.
no food.
You can have coffee if it's in a sealed container,
Yeah.
and that's it.
So I've had that rule too, and discovered when I stopped at Buc-ee's at Daytona Beach, they have they have these great roast beef sandwiches,
Yep.
but they got no place to eat them.
That's
They don't
right.
have tables on the inside. They don't have tables on the outside. So we had to wind up eating these roast beef sandwiches inside the car. First time that happened, but that was a good stop.
Whenever I stop at Buc-ee's with the Venza pulling my motorcycle on the trailer, I buy my food, I walk out, and I lift up the back gate, and I stand in the shade underneath the back gate of my Venza while I'm enjoying my meal and looking at my motorcycle and watching the cars go by.
Why don't you tell our listeners what kind of motorcycle you have?
Well, I just recently purchased a 2024 Yamaha Tracer 9 GT Plus from a villager right here.
Really? You get
Yeah.
a good deal on it?
Oh, what a deal I got. This guy had quit riding. He had just bought the motorcycle 13 months before and this beautiful new trailer to haul it on. He had put exactly 385 miles on this motorcycle
Wow.
in 13 months, and he had used the trailer one time. Package deal, trailer, motorcycle. Thank you very much. Here's the money. I'll see you later. Couldn't believe it.
So you can get some good deals on used motorcycles here in the villages.
Yeah.
Actually, on used cars, too. I probably get one call a month from someone who wants to sell her deceased husband's Mercedes.
Yeah.
It happens all the time. So have you decided what your next car is going to be, Dale?
No, there is no next car for me. The Mustang is it. When I bought the Mustang to fulfill my need for speed when I can't ride my motorcycle anymore. And I'm going to drive the Mustang until I can't drive a manual shift anymore. And by then, I'll probably be done driving. It'll be golf cart only.
Golf cart only. That makes some sense. Dale, is there any question I failed to ask you today that you'd like to answer?
No, just that the cruise-ins will be restarting after the summer in September on the second Saturday from 4 to 5:30 p.m. in the parking lot behind Portillo's and Abbott's, and will continue through the winter until next May.
Good. Thanks for being with us today, Dale.
Thank you, Mike. It's been a pleasure.
Remember, our next episode will be released next Friday at 9 a.m. Should you want to become a major supporter of the show or have questions, please contact us at mike@rothvoice.com. This is a shout-out for supporters Tweet Coleman, Ed Williams, Duane Romick, Paul Sorgan, and Dr. Craig Curtis at K2 in the Villages. We will be hearing more from Dr. Curtis with short Alzheimer's tips each week. If you know someone who should be on the show, contact us at mike@rothvoice.com. The way our show grows is with your help. Text your friends about this show if you enjoyed listening. Use the fan mail button on our homepage, villagesvitality.life, to leave comments. Be sure to include your name, email, and phone number. We thank everyone for listening. The content of the show is copyrighted by Roth Voice 2026, all rights reserved.